What up, everyone? It is the real Marks of Long Island. Tonight, it is Court and Ty going at it to talk about the results of the Royal Rumble and what transpired a little bit on Monday Night Raw this past Monday night on Netflix. Court, let's go tell the world about our current addiction. Court and
we have problems.
Have problems. We wanted to get our hands on a hobby box of WWE Topps cards 2025 that just came out. What was it, last Friday?
Yeah, last Friday.
And we failed. They were very expensive. We missed the pre-order. And so what were we doing, Court?
I am now addicted to Whatnot. It's a problem. I check it constantly. It's like really addicting and it's a problem. We bought, I'm not going to say price range, but I think last night I bought probably 50 cards.
Yeah, but for a good price.
For a great price. I'm not going to say the price, but it was a good price. Got a couple good ones in there. Last week we both bought a pack for a decent price. You got
dog shit
toilet paper, and I got a Becky Lynch at a 150 auto redemption. So addicted is like a bad word. I sat at work today on eBay all day looking at cards. I bought a Cody card off eBay. Like, Funkos, I love you, but these are much easier to store.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And I'm going to have a couple orders coming in, but it's been so much fun. Like,
yeah,
I mean, we used to do showdown cards and baseball cards and basketball cards. It's just, cards are amazing. But the Topps collection, if you haven't checked it out yet, is a lot of fun. Like, if you can get your hands on a hobby box for a good price, 2 autographs in there.
Yep.
Maybe Topps will sponsor us.
Maybe that'd be sick. Send us some cards to open up a hobby box.
Yeah, we'll rip them.
Do some giveaways,
Yeah, our guy Bobcat, whatever his name is last night.
Bobcat Rips, dude. Hysterical. It's funny because I used to do Whatnot like 2-3 years ago with Pokemon, and because I think it was during COVID, and I'd be bored and like want to rip. And back then it was so hard to get stuff because everyone was like waiting in line and stuff. So that was fun, but then you get addicted real fast. So I had to cut that shit out. And now with the wrestling stuff, like I have a collection of Pokemon stuff. I could open some Pokemon if I wanted to, but I have issues and I like to keep some stuff sealed. But the wrestling stuff is very difficult to find. I just happened to stop at Target and I found a nice Panini Select from 2024 box. Got some hits. We got the Randy Orton, one of $3.99. It probably sells for $4 on eBay, but I'm happy I got something that is a limited edition finally.
Yeah, you got a numbered. Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're addicted. It's a problem. I need to get off the app. I might have to delete it for like a weekend.
It does help if you delete it.
Yeah, but then you get the emails like, oh, so-and-so's live. Damn.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we've been doing. But Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
We got a lot to talk about here.
I mean, we all guessed the women's winner, Charlotte Flair. Easy win. But the biggest surprise to me was Alexa Bliss coming back.
Awesome.
At my number 21. I had her in my Rumble pool. She didn't win, obviously, because we all knew Charlotte was going to win. But that was awesome. And speak about biggest pop of the night, I think it was her.
By far. Nobody saw that coming. I think she signed her contract like that day, maybe Friday night. Nobody saw that coming. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And we haven't seen what's going to go on with that yet, but I'm excited.
I think we got a little taste because on her jacket, I mean, she showed it quick, but it
Friends
said
Forever.
Yeah, it said Fiend Forever, but the R and the S was placed in, scribbled in, which is really good touch and homage to Bray Wyatt. And obviously she had I think she had the 6 patch or something on the jacket too. So it's gonna get interesting. And we haven't seen much of Wyatt 6. They teased it when the Miz got sent over to SmackDown. So now I'm really pumped to see what happens, especially with Alexa and Nikki back together. That's going to be an awesome duo to have on that squad.
Oh, yeah. And I think Wyatt 6 did like a photo op or something at the Rumble. Maybe it was a fan event, whatever it was. And there was no Bo. Everyone else was there, but there was no Uncle Howdy. Someone said he was hurt. I don't know if that's just bullshit, but that could be why they're a little bit off TV, slightly. I don't know. But I'm excited to see what happens because we've been talking about Alexa for forever.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since she showed up. Her last moment was Royal Rumble 2023.
Yeah.
She had a baby. She got married to Ryan Cabrera.
Good musician when we were younger.
Yeah, no, seriously. Lucky man. But yeah, she's a rock star. I can't wait for her to tear it up. I hope her and Charlotte can have another feud. That would be amazing. I don't know. I'm super excited to have her back. I've been seeing Alexa Bliss moments all over TikTok. It's memories are great. She said it just sucks because like the one thing that kind of bums me out is I miss Goddess Alexa Bliss, and we're gonna get, for a while probably we're gonna get the Fiend style Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was a great surprise. And I don't think we were surprised by Jordynne Grace, but she got a big pop. She's gonna be, I don't know if she's going to NXT, but dude, she's gonna be big. Like she's gonna be a superstar, like caliber of like a Becky, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Liv, Rhea. I have this really good feeling about her, and like
I do too.
The WWE universe like sees in her, and they get behind her. So the women's rumble I thought was good.
The one thing that I felt a little bad for TNA wise was the fact that when Joe Hendry came out, when he got tossed out by Roman Reigns, they're like, "Welcome to the big leagues" and stuff. Which you're doing a partnership, and everyone knows. Like I felt like that they didn't need to like make a comment about that, but he did work on NXT. I feel like they made his Rumble appearance a little too short. I felt bad for him, but it was cool to see him come down with the TNA Championship and everything like that.
Yeah, I think he's elated. I think like he's very happy. I know that it was a short appearance and getting tossed by Roman, that sucks. But he took the picture with Triple H and he came out with the championship, and the crowd, for the most part, everyone knew who he was. Like it wasn't like a theme music and who's that guy? Like even at my house, I had a couple people over and Joey was like, text me the next day. He's like, I can't get his theme song out of my head. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens.
That's what happens. Yep. That's what happens.
Literally what happens. And I think he said he wants to like fight Cena, and he was throwing out challenges to Sheamus and stuff. I'm happy for Joe Hendry, man. He deserves it. He worked his tail off. The men's rumble, I was surprised.
With surprises, it wasn't.
I was surprised by the winner. Not enough.
Yeah, the winner was a surprise, I guess.
I was happy to see AJ back, and with his old theme song.
Court, who'd you have for your Rumble pick as your in your Rumble pool?
My same pick in this podcast. I had John Cena. I thought, holy crap, I'm actually gonna win a Rumble pool. I never win Rumble pools, and John Cena gets tossed by Jey Uso. I was a little buzzed at that moment, and I was not happy. The person who hates John Cena, the two of us hate John Cena so much, and I was rooting for him so hard. But he's gonna, we can get to that later. But he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be okay.
See, what I was happy about was the press conference with Cena, and like this is how he should have been in his first promo back on Netflix. Was like, yo, I'm the guy, I'm the GOAT. I'm what's best for business. I'm not, gonna do what I need to get in. I'm calling my spot. I'm in the Elimination Chamber. It's me who's gonna win the 17th title at WrestleMania. Like that's what I wanted. But I also I feel kind of slighted because he's filming this movie in Budapest. But like, bro's supposed to be doing his retirement tour, and like, get a match, get a win in first. Like, go fight Austin Theory as for your redemption match, get the win, get your first win in, what was it, 2,000 whatever fucking days it is.
Yeah.
And get your first win and go into the Elimination Chamber with wins, with confidence, kick ass. I'd rather CM Punk win. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I hate that he's doing a movie right now when he's supposed to be doing this retirement tour in this last year.
It's frustrating. It would really frustrate me if I worked there. Like, they're having, matches to get into the chamber, and he just gets to say, "Oh, by the way, I'm in." Like, if I was Punk, that would piss me off.
Well, his promo, I don't know if you saw his promo on Monday, but it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, but I'm talking like behind the scenes. Like, that's bullshit. Yeah. Like, that's bullshit. Like, you can't just, I get it, you're the GOAT, or people think you're the GOAT. You're not my GOAT. But people think you're the GOAT, so you just get to do what you want. You can just go film movies. Like, you're acting like The Rock, who you hated. Sorry, Guy. But it's true.
No, it's true.
And like, I have a problem with Cena, and he couldn't even get me the one thing that he had to do to redeem himself for 20 years of me hating him. He couldn't do it. So.
And I want to talk about that, him acting like The Rock. Like, look what he did back in the day, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago at this point now. Talking all this shit, calling The Rock out for, writing on his forearm and, taking these slight-handed remarks at him because he selfishly wanted this match against The Rock and The Rock to come back. But you put Rock on blast for exactly what he's doing now. It's like you can't, like, you don't know until you're in the moment. Like, The Rock, yes, what I've always wanted him back to wrestle, yeah. Did I miss him when he went to the movies? Yeah, but I still watch his movies, and I still, supported him regardless because he's my boy. He's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's the people's champ. And for him to shit on that and not realize what The Rock was doing, then to come full circle and now see what's happening, and then just be like, fuck it, I'm going to do the same thing. It does, irk me a little bit, but like I said, I am happy that he's coming back, especially from the press conference, and being more cocky and arrogant about his status and who he is, instead of the Eeyore bullshit that I called out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, that's the Cena that you want. You want ruthless, not even ruthless aggression, but just the John Cena that, I talked about it a couple weeks ago too, when Cody was at the Raw Netflix premiere and he was just in the crowd. That's not something Cena would do back in the day, and it's not something Cody would do today either.
Yeah.
He wants to be a fighting champion. He wants to always be there and be in matches and be on every show. And that's what Cena did back then. And now he's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go in time 10 years and Cody could be turning into Cena and go do movies. I doubt it. But I could be biting my own tongue and Cody could be doing the same crap. So, you really don't know how the business is going to go. Because, I mean, what's John Cena's biggest movie role, you think? Fast 10 or whatever the hell that was?
I don't know. I feel like it's Peacemaker at this point.
Peacemaker, yeah.
He's had don't get me wrong, he's had very good moments in movies and stuff, and he's made me laugh, but he's never had anything that really stuck out.
No, he has funny cameos and stuff. Ricky Stenicki was very funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Ricky Stenicki.
But that movie was funny. But that's not on the level of The Rock.
No.
And forget about Moana, but I'm talking old school Rock, Walking Tall and
so good. The Rundown.
Gridiron Gang was a great
Gridiron Gang was so good.
Yeah, Rock has those are off the top of my head. Cena, I can't do that.
I can't either. It's just Peacemaker because I love DC.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever. He's in the chamber. I have a good feeling that he's gonna win because I have a thought on Punk and where that's all going.
Where do you think it is going?
This is what I told Joey the other day texting. I think the rumor is that it's going to be Punk, Seth, and Roman in a triple threat. I think Seth and Punk make the chamber. Roman's hurt. That's what they say. He just needs more time off because God knows he hasn't had enough time off. I think Roman pulls an HBK back against The Undertaker where He pops out of the chamber, screws over Taker. Taker doesn't get his world championship match. Seth and Punk don't get their world championship match. Turns into a triple threat. Because I think it's going to be Cody, Cena, and Jay Gunther. But I could be totally wrong. But, we spoke this time last year, and you know how many twists and turns that WrestleMania road took. So you never know. But that's my thoughts.
I agree with you. I think what's going to happen is, and I think I've said this before, is I think we're going to get that Cena-Cody match. I think it's going to be like a passing of the guard moment where Cena's going to lose to Cody, and then Cena's going to need his like last-ditch effort, right, to get number 17. Because I've listened to people, like I agree with some people that I've heard on TikTok too, is that like this is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? We don't need him to win 17 in the first half of the year. I think he goes into Money in the Bank. It's one of the things he referenced. I think he wins Money in the Bank and he challenges someone, whether it's for the World Championship or the WWE Championship, or hell, pull the move no one thinks going to happen. Have Cena cash in on a hurt someone because he wants that 17 and he thinks it's best for business, and have him win that shit when someone's down. Like that would be cool as shit, because that's something that, Cena's all about loyalty, or, hustle, loyalty, respect, and, not cashing on someone who's down, just facing someone straight up. Throw that out the window, do what you need, get that 17 and cash in on someone who's just finished the match or just got beat down. I think that would work so well. I would love it.
I think it's like not a matter of when, if he gets the 17th, it's just when. They're hyping it too much. It's going to happen. I don't know. If it's Cody at WrestleMania, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
But not the match, like if Cena beats him, but would I be immeasurably angry? Yeah. But would I also realize that Cody is going to get it back? Yeah. Like I think Cody, his first title reign, your first title reign means a lot, in my opinion. Because you're building up who you are as a champion. If Cody was to go and lose to, I think he faced AJ Styles for his first defense at Vengeance. If he was to lose to AJ in Paris, everyone would be like, oh, Cody's paper champion. Like, it took him all this time to get it and he can't hold it. Now he's holding it. So, let him build that repertoire. He's going to have it hopefully for a year at least. Just then it's okay to like chase it. Once you establish yourself as a champion, then you can chase. So we'll see what happens. I know that someone said that Cody is banking on Cena, so that's who I want.
Yeah, and he's gonna be out a year at that point too. Like it's not like his first reign was, like you said, a month or two, and that was it, and the hype's over. And you couldn't, there's no way you can end a reign of someone in a short period of time who just thrown Roman Reigns, who held the championship for. I don't care. Anyway. Well, yeah, how about that Cody Kevin match, dude? That was insane. That was like hard hitting, brutal. Some of those spots were rough.
Crazy.
Yeah, they looked like they hurt. Especially when Kevin hit that that suplex off the top rope onto the ladder. Dude, he smacked his head against the ladder. He was too busy focusing on protecting Cody. And the way his head hit that ladder did not look good. And then that Alabama slam through the ladder. I was like, oh, Kevin's dead. He's done.
Yeah, dude. It was brutal. It was amazing, but my palms were sweating. I was like, I don't know. I really thought that it was no questions asked that Cody would retain. He'd be champion past the Rumble, but I was nervous. I was waiting for Randy possibly. I was freaking out, but great match. I saw that, people were saying that Kevin deserves a lot of credit for that. He was really involved with making sure it was all perfect. And I love that, man. Like, yeah, we're going to get a little non-kayfabe here, but like Cody and Kevin are still boys. Like they wanted to go out there and destroy that match, and they did. And I loved it. I mean, I know that there's rumors that Cody's hurt. I don't buy that. I think it's just kayfabe.
I think they're protecting him for WrestleMania. I think they want him to not have any possibility of getting injured before WrestleMania.
Yeah, take some time. I know it'll be on SmackDown tonight, and we'll see what happens. I know Jay will be there. So, but speaking of Kevin, we really got to talk about Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, wearing a Sammy Forever shirt and just destroying his best friend.
Kevin's very good at wearing shirts.
He's amazing at it.
At the best times. Like the Naomi shirt when he was fighting Jimmy. Like, dude, so good. I was not expecting that. I was shocked to see Kevin 2 days later after that match package pile driving Sami Zayn after the main event that they fought in. Obviously, they have to be gearing up for WrestleMania because they're probably going to play the angle where Sammy's hurt for a little bit after the package pile driver. That's what they did with Cody, so you have to assume they're going to do the same. I can't see them rushing that match into Elimination Chamber, especially with Kevin's and Cody's match that they took, because that took years off his life. No doubt about it. So I'm excited if we're going to get a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn WrestleMania match. I mean, they're going to tear the house down. That could potentially be, match of the night, match of the weekend. They are going to put on one hell of a program. But poor Sammy. It's always Sammy again, just destroyed by Kevin. Sammy's got a good heart. But a part of me hopes that it makes Sammy actually go full heel. Not like Bloodline heel, where he was the paranoid
like henchman or whatever.
Well, he was that, but before that, he was like the conspiracy theorist, paranoid character. Then into the Bloodline character, and it wasn't really like a full blown heel. Like when he was in the Bloodline, people loved him. When he was the conspiracy theorist, it was more like funny haha heel. Like he's so gimmicky, especially because he fought Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Again, somehow amazing matchup between those two. Yeah. But I really want that match. I think it's a great consolation prize. Obviously, it's not a main event match. It's not going to be a main event. It's not for a championship. But great consolation prize for them to have at WrestleMania, because they have the power to really showcase, their skills together, put on a beautiful choreographed match. And maybe they both end up with championship reigns in 2025 because of it.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, I love, too, what they're doing with Kevin with the package pile driver, making it dangerous. This puts people on the shelf. This isn't like an everyday, I'm just going to throw it into 10 matches, not a shot at AEW, but kind of. They really are hyping it up that this move is devastating. And he's doing it to his best friend. He did it to Cody. It's just, I love the direction they're going. I would love a Kevin and Sammy WrestleMania. I think you're totally right. It's what they're building for. They would tear the house down. Way too early WrestleMania predictions. I would say Cody Cena. I would say Gunther Jay, Roman Rock. Not Roman Rock. It just comes out of your mouth like that. Roman Punk, Seth, Kevin, Sammy. I mean, we're lining up for, that's just the men's. We're lining up for some big time matches. So Mania's already shaping together. We got a couple months to go here, but I'm excited.
Do you think Punk's ever going to get his main event WrestleMania match?
Poor guy. I don't know. I feel bad for Punk. I do.
Yeah, so do I.
I do. I would like to see Cody Punk. I wouldn't hate that. I would be more nervous that Cody would lose the title, for sure. I'd be standing in front of the TV and people would have to watch around me because I would just be standing there because I would be freaking out. But Punk deserves a main event at WrestleMania. It just never seems to drop in his favor the way things go. I think last year was his year.
Could you possibly see, because I know you said triple threat between CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, and I can maybe see how that falls into place. But what if it's Cena Punk Cody triple threat for the championship? Punk gets his main event match at WrestleMania. Cena gets his match against Cody. Then I think it plays into a whole thing where you can have Cody pin Punk, right? And Cena's like, I didn't get pinned. You can have, I know it would be better off as a singles match between Cody and Cena at Mania, but then you can have that passing the guard match at Vengeance, or whatever the next pay-per-view is, Backlash. You can have Cody Cena then. So there's so many directions they can go.
I wouldn't hate it. I know people hate on triple threats as like main events. Like I remember Daniel Bryan,
Batista and Randy.
Batista and Randy. Yeah, like people hated that match. But like sometimes there's too much going on to be able to split it.
Yeah.
And give everyone what they're due. So I'd be fine with Cody, Punk, Cena. I just don't see it because of the Seth Punk stuff, because of the Seth Roman stuff. There's just too much out there. You'd have to bottle it in like 2 months, and I don't.
My only takeaway is that at the end of the day, right, Paul Heyman owes Punk a favor, and that favor is not going to be a match against Roman and Seth. He already knocked off Seth. He doesn't give two shits about Roman because Roman doesn't have a championship around his waist. So to me, I just why insert Punk into a triple threat match that really doesn't involve him? Okay, Punk eliminated Roman and Seth, but he's doing what Roman would have done, what Seth would have done if the roles were reversed, right? It's not like it was a huge backstabbing because one person's walking out of the Rumbles as the winner, and you can't just not toss anyone over. So to me, it's just I think it's a tease to set that up, but I can't see that match being a triple threat. Maybe, I think it would be cool, especially because Punk was the creator or the bringer in of the Shield, and that's his way of possibly putting the Shield out of its misery if he's in that match. But I think it makes more sense if we get that Punk in his Mania match, his main event match, and have it against Cody and Cena.
Yeah, whoa, we have a special edition here.
What's up, gang? Sorry. I had my tax guy. So what's going on? What I miss?
We're talking about possible main event matches for WrestleMania, and my take was maybe we get, a lot of people are saying we're going to have a Punk Seth Roman triple threat, but I'm thinking, we might have a Cena Punk Cody championship main event to put Punk in his main event match at WrestleMania finally, but also, get Cena involved with the championship at WrestleMania.
Interesting. The only thing that I've obviously seen, like you just said, was the Punk Seth Roman, and obviously that would end up including, I would assume, Punk cashing in that favor that he needed from Paul Heyman, which is also kind of weird though in my eyes, that I've been thinking you're gonna pretty much beg now for a WrestleMania spot. That's not Punk.
Yeah.
I'm still curious as to how that all ties in with the favor, but I mean, I'm interested in both. I mean, I know we've spoken about Cena and Cody. I mean, I just don't know if I want to see Cody in a triple threat. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about that one.
The thing is, there's a lot of stories and there's a lot of characters and there's a lot of big stars coming into this WrestleMania season. Who knows if The Rock's going to be involved? Probably not. We have Roman and Seth with this story, especially with Seth stomping Roman's head in with 2 feet into the ground and then into a steel step. You have, Punk involved some way with a favor still waiting, which, like I said, I can't see it being invoked to be in a triple threat with Roman and Seth. That just makes no sense to me. You also have Logan Paul tossing Punk out of the Royal Rumble, who, a night prior, Punk was teasing Kevin for losing to the guy that tossed him then over the top rope at the Royal Rumble. We have Sammy and Kevin. We have possibly Jay and Gunther. We have, probably the Motor City Machine Guns or the Street Profits still gunning for the tag team championships, the WWE tag team championships. Braun Breaker, who is he going to fight? I think there's so much on the plate. Charlotte Flair, she's probably going to fight Rhea Ripley. That match is going to be insane. Then you have Tiffany Stratton, who's probably, in my eyes, probably going to fight Nia Jax straight up again at WrestleMania. I might be wrong, but there's so many huge stars going into this WrestleMania, it's hard to fit them all into singles matches.
So I had, after you just saying what you said, I have two things that I have to ask. Number one, I thought that the original plan was probably going to be Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, but after seeing the news that was released by TMZ, I mean, we're not going to get into personal stuff, but obviously something happened with her personal life, and I think her now ex-husband's on SmackDown, so I don't know if they're going to try to keep them away from each other, which then, to your point, would bring her, challenging for Rhea Ripley's title or, the NXT title again. I could have sworn it was going to be her and Tiffany Stratton. But then you just brought up Sami Zayn. My question to you guys is, obviously Sami just got pile drive by KO. You've seen Karrion Kross pretty much stalking Sami Zayn, and we all know what happens when Karrion Kross comes in contact with any wrestler. They change. So coming into Mania, if it does go that route of KO and Sami, is Karrion Kross going to turn Sami into this like maniacal, like who he thinks he should be, and then all of a sudden Sami's the heel?
So that's what we did speak about that. Yeah, we did speak about that. But to me, especially with how Kevin, just to quickly speak about it again, to me with Kevin, like he's this uber heel that like there's no way you can make Sami the heel out of that. There's no way. Like if Sami were to destroy Kevin, people would cheer it. So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything Sami would be able to do to become the heel out of that feud.
Yeah, I think Kevin has so much heat right now that he's going to be the heel no matter what. But I think down the line, you do Kevin and Sami at Mania, and then down the line, we talked about this before a little bit, but Sami turning heel and having a real heel turn would be awesome. Like, I think we're all ready for it because the goofy, over the top baby face is just, it gets old.
Yeah, it does.
So pretty much to summarize, you guys think that this Karrion Kross thing might lead past
WrestleMania? Yeah, 100%.
Mania is where he snaps. And then
I think Kevin wins, and that's gonna be the turning point to where Sami's like, I need to start doing something different. I can't keep losing. I can't, lose these big matches. I can't be the joke after everything. He wants to be taken seriously, and that's where it's going to change in my eyes.
That would be awesome. That would be a Mania, that would be a Mania moment in itself, seeing Sami Zayn turn heel for the first time. I mean, in how long? I know he's been heel with the Bloodline, but he's always been, like you said, Court, that comedy, that comedic relief for anything heel that he's ever done. So that would be awesome.
Like a full blown heel would be great.
Yeah.
Let's touch on one of Sami Zayn's boys because we really haven't gotten into it yet. The winner of the Royal Rumble, Jey Uso, in my eyes, deserves it so much. To me, he's the most over guy right now. You could see all of Indianapolis just yeeting away at his entrance, at when he won. I felt bad for him on Monday night because he was emotional, man. Like he couldn't get that promo out at first. He was just you could tell he just was feeling it. He felt grateful. I know people were taking shots at him saying he doesn't know how to cut a promo, but he does. Go look at what he's done in the past, especially against Roman and with his brother, like he knows how to cut a promo. Especially when Gunther came out finally, like he got into gear, but dude deserves it so much. When it was him and Cena at the end, like as much as I wanted Court to win her money for Rumble pool for Cena to win, once it was Cena and Jey, I'm like, Jey's winning this. I was like, it's happening. Like they're gonna pull the trigger, and I'm so happy they did. Like that was the move. That like if this was a Vince era, Cena would have made quick work of Jey and took it into WrestleMania. But the man deserves it. People are saying they don't want to see Gunther Jey yet. I do. I'll be so ecstatic if Jey knocks off Gunther and wins the World Heavyweight Championship. It would be so good.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the match from Saturday Night Main Event. It was electric. That match, it had people on edge, and I think obviously they had decided that Jey was going to win the Rumble prior to that, but I think that must have been like the icing on the cake for Triple H to see how invested the crowd was, especially after that Uso splash and that, that 1-2 and that, just the kick out. it's the right move. He, like you said, he's the most over wrestler currently, and it kind of reminds me of Kofi Mania. You know how Kofi was so over, like you kind of had no other choice than to go with what the crowd wanted. And yeah, sure, there was some Cena chants here and there, but it would have been like Charlotte Flair winning. I know you probably discussed Charlotte already.
Yeah.
But I mean, all three of us, we were like, Charlotte's winning this. Like, there's no doubt in our minds that Charlotte's winning. That's just Charlotte Hogan. You know, that's just who she is right now. And it looks like she's embracing it. But with Jay was such a breath of fresh air watching him win that Royal Rumble, especially with the final 8, like the studs and the main eventers that were left there. And then he stood toe to toe with all of them. He deserved to be there. He shows that he's main event Jey Uso. And I know people are poo-pooing that you're going to get Jey Uso in one of the main events at WrestleMania, but that's just ridiculous.
That's just wrestling fans in general. They just love to hate on something for absolutely no reason. This man is over. We've talked about it for weeks and months. And, ever since, Cody went to SmackDown and Jey went to Raw, he's so over. The crowd is nuts for him. The fans are nuts for him. He deserves it. Was I mad that I lost $150? Yeah, but that's okay. John Cena can't do anything right for me. It's fine. We talked about this earlier, but I'm happy for Jey. I think if it's Gunther, it might be Cody. He commented on Cody's TikTok, said, see you Friday. It was Cody's like, see you there, friend, or whatever it was. It could have been the other way around, but I'm excited to see what it has to hold. That promo on Raw, like you said, he was emotional, but he can put it into gear. It's going to be great. They're going to have whoever he wrestles is going to be fine. The world will still turn in WWE, despite what the internet wrestling community wants you to think. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I just want to know how much money this man pushes with his merch, with the different yeast shirts and stuff. Like, it's a better version of like the Suplex City shirts. Like the Suplex City shirts were so plain and dumb, but they just had a different like state on each like road sign. At least this has some personality to it. Like you got like the Sharks one. I can't find it on eBay. It's nowhere. Sucks. We spoke about this last week. Justin missed out on the Rangers shirt. Like, this dude probably pushes merch like a fucking champion, and that's what they want. If they have a guy that's over and making money, put the strap on the man, send him to the moon. So I'm excited. I to me, like, Gunther's great in the ring. He's definitely gotten a lot better with his promos. I think he's, less boring now. Like when he was the NRL champion, he was a little boring, but as world champion, he's definitely coming to his own. But that man's not pushing merch. That man's not pushing money. Put your money where your mouth is and put that belt on Jey Uso and have him smack him around and super kick him. Win that championship. That's what I want.
I could not agree more with you. And I see right now, if people are watching on YouTube, we have a hockey podcast.
Yeah.
We got the Sharks going on. We got the Blackhawks. So I mean, this was
unplanned.
I'm gonna just have to wear this for the rest of the podcast because I feel like I need some hockey in me. But yeah, look at this, the hockey podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, you're repping.
Bring me back to Drop the Puck days. Come on, baby.
Yeah, but those Yeet shirts, the hockey shirts, if they go to Chicago and they do a Blackhawks one,
you just have to go.
You might as well just buy a flight to Chicago and go because that's the only way you're getting it.
Yeah, well, I might have to just find someone who's going and just pay him off.
Bear.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Up there, if you're listening.
He'll get a text. Yeah, he'll get a text.
Yeah. But, so I mean, the Royal Rumble was. I mean, the Royal Rumble was stunner. It was very fun. The tag title match was amazing.
We knew that.
The only thing that did irk me, which I get why they did it, but the finish with the Street Profits coming in and screwing over the Motor City Machine Guns, and they were saying like, "Oh, Street Profits want to be the ones to take the titles off DIY," but that's does that really matter? I don't know. I guess story wise, if you finagle it that way, sure, but overall, that match was insane. Like that crowd, there was like no time to breathe between the Women's Rumble, that match, ladder match that we spoke about, and then the Men's Rumble. Like there was no time to breathe. Like it was all around 5-star for me.
And I know you guys probably have, spoken about the Women's Rumble, but I just want to say, what about Nikki Bella? She comes down and she says that we're getting another Nikki Bella run, and we might see Brie soon. So now we're gonna get the Bella twins again? Come on!
Do we think this is a little? Wait, time out. Do we think this is a little coincidental that we're gonna get a Nikki Bella run when John Cena is doing his retirement tour?
Stir the pot. Don't stir the pot.
This is all like TMZ style bullshit going on in my eyes. I wanted AJ Lee to come out number fucking 30, and instead we get this fucking bullshit. And I'm like, what is this waste of a spot? Sorry, Nikki Bella, but I just was not a fan.
And shout out to Alexa Bliss, because that pop was fucking
the best of the night. It was biggest of the night. Yeah, we spoke about
it. Definitely
biggest of the night.
Definitely pop.
Holy shit. And the outfit it was just, oh my God. The women had better surprise. Well, not like the men's we spoke about. Not like the men's had really surprises, but the women's surprises, especially the NXT superstars that were in that Royal Rumble, was amazing.
Even Trish, I wasn't expecting Trish.
Yeah, Trish was a good one, but I wanted Roxanne Perez to be the first NXT women's wrestler to win the Royal Rumble. Like, that would have been epic for that's your call up. I know she's officially, I think, called up now, but how sick would it be that your call up is literally winning the Royal Rumble and choosing either Rhea Ripley or Tiffany Stratton to fight at WrestleMania? Like, that to me would have been so much better. Like, we all called it. We said it this week already. We said it last week. We all knew Charlotte was going to win. But if Roxanne Perez pulled the upset of a lifetime and tossed Charlotte Flair over the top rope, that could have done so much more for her career than Charlotte just always being in the title chase.
I feel like the women got shifted on it obviously being Charlotte because of Jay winning the men's. Like, you can't have Roxanne Perez win the women's and then Jay.
You can.
I was just about to say, it would have been the most shocking 2 Rumble winners I think we've ever had.
That's what I mean. I feel like they were just trying to keep some.
That should just be like Triple H saying, we're not in the Vince McMahon era. Like, we just let Roxanne Perez go Iron Woman to winning, and then Jey Uso because he's the most. I thought that would have been so fucking cool. I get it with Charlotte. I totally get it. But my God, if Roxanne won and Jey won, holy shit.
Oh, I would have been right there for it. I would have loved it. I'm just saying that's the way I think that they were looking at it. We got to have some kind of shoo-in, which is bullshit.
But here's my problem. Because obviously Charlotte's going to win Mania. Because if she loses, what? Alexa Bliss said it best in one of her promos when she was, with The Fiend. What is Charlotte Flair without the title? A boring nobody, right? Like, sorry, but she's not entertaining when she's not boasting about her being the champion. So, like, where does that leave her if she loses WrestleMania? Nothing, nowhere. I mean, maybe she changes. Maybe she's able to, change her gimmick around or something. But most of Charlotte Flair's gimmick is just being champion and being the best. And then when you're not the champion, where does that take you?
Yeah, she's kind of a one-trick pony if you really think about it with her, like, just character arc. I mean, they said she was going to come in with kind of like a new little whatever, but she's not. She's the same. She's the same fucking person. Yeah. She's the same person. She's just, she's rich. She's great. She's the best. And that's it. She's that. That's who she is. That's it.
I feel like that would be Cody if, like, Cody went from Legacy. Like, remember when Legacy broke up and Ted had, like, the $1 million championship, Ted Jr., and he was just like, oh, I'm Ted DiBiase Jr. I'm the $1 million man or $1 million son or whatever he called himself. And he just tried to, like, be his father. Charlotte is just a female version of Ric Flair who always had championships, who was always the man. She's just doing that. So it'd be like Cody coming back and being like, all right, I'm the man. Like, you're going to, like, bow to me. It doesn't work for Cody because Dusty was a common man, but it's not working.
Someone said it too. They said Charlotte literally is Rick because now she's had 3 marriages and maybe she'll be on number 4 soon. Who knows?
Yeah, it was like I saw like the tweet. It's like Ric Flair 0-5 against marriage, Charlotte Flair 0-3 against marriage. The Flairs
It's the only time they get defeated.
Oh my god! I just had another question, but I just blanked out on it. So
I'm already geared up for WrestleMania. I'm excited. We're less than a month away for Elimination Chamber, which already has Cena and Punk in it. So like, it's already lining up to be phenomenal. That's gonna be must see. I'm curious to see who's gonna be in it for the women's. Maybe Roxanne does her thing in there. Maybe they make her, steal a show in the Elimination Chamber and punch her ticket, there. I don't know. I'm just very excited for this year's WrestleMania. I think they're taking what they learned from how epic last year's was, and they're gonna make it tenfold. I hope they don't put gimmick matches like they did with I forget.
Bobby Lashley and the Philadelphia street fight thing.
Yeah, that was just.
I was just shaking waiting for Cody, and that was like
turn the light off.
Yeah.
I remembered my question. How you probably discussed it once again, came in late. How do we feel about John Cena just declaring himself into the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, we hit that too. Yeah,
I love that Punk brought it up, and Punk's like, oh, he could just go and do this because he's John Cena. Like, I'm gonna punch him in the mouth in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
I appreciate, but it's like also like, come on, like just earn it. Come on, like I know you're gonna be in Budapest or wherever the fuck you're gonna be filming Matchbox, but let's go. Like you can't just fucking the spot.
Yeah, that's TLDR. I liked it, but I think he needs to win a match before he goes into that. That was my whole take.
I said like I think it would piss me off more backstage. On camera. Like you got to win a qualifying match to get in, but Cena just waltzes in and goes to Budapest or Hungary, wherever the hell he is, filming Matchbox. How good can a movie be about Matchbox cars? By the way, I mean. Watch it be like the Blockbuster.
Yeah, right. It's just like the Fast and Furious, but like with Matchbox cars.
But yeah, we did discuss that. I think we hit everything.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got to jump on. I am very glad I got to hop in here. I was dying to talk some wrestling today, and then my tax guy decided to show up early, and that really put a bump in my road.
Yeah,
but I'm here.
Well, this guy's going to get ready for bed. I got to be up at 1:30 in the morning. Brutal. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. Give us your thoughts on the Royal Rumble and what transpired, and what do you want from your WrestleMania this year? WrestleMania 41, Las Vegas. What main events do you want? What matches do you want to see? Who do you want to see come out on top? Let us know in our comments, and we will catch you on the next one. Real Marks out.